있어 그런 거 진짜 고거 그거 아 como basın puna ruru zoti yeska nesu gogo de yeso gogo ta yume laso calendars that this is the beyond any assertions and such as it is or is not. Here is like is or is not. Is not. Is and is not said. Yud says the mid says the Maya got say change the mega say change ingo. Mayan got say change the mega say change ingo. Tachire say change na tanjur the ronjut back na Mayan got. Tanjur the mega say the nika ringo something under ring. Then is the mepa gopala ngonya mepa mava said the ngonya mepa mavrinda tomb dunyani could you make killing coin mepa chani that met sitsan is on the tomba nyala tajere the drifyaji yopasu ki malempa taji the tomba don't do that stand up paptons. The nature is the lion mega sage teller, Mayan Gandachina, Gonzok tune the dot tomche, you related, don't tumble a military sage. You dare sage. Tick homak that yayon says the mother. The la megaton, Mayan got the taron to sing Hakomati. The loba number la son cheesetrug. I'm says this denial or the affirmation, negation, you know, affirmation, negation. There's two kind of absolute negation. I don't know lots of us what to megol how you translate. I'm translating is absolute negation. Chloe, what do you make out like correct translation? Deshan? Mega. Allah. Okay, maybe you can write there is absolute negation. Absolute negation. Allah. They make it. Absolute negation, and then second one's Mayanga. It is affirming is like adjective, is negation. Or you can to say is negative, or that this is the negative, like negation is much better. These two terminologies very nice if you use more. It's not easy to understand. And then if you can give to this word to which class? And absolute negation is more using by the Pasangikas. And affirming negation is using more the Savantatikas. Using. Why? There's affirming negation means these things are, yes, existence. But if you are investigate, do you understand? I'm now first talking about affirming negation. Affirming negations. And if I'm says, I am, okay? Tashidele. Tashidele is sick because diabetic. The indirectly what you understand. Because maybe he ate too much chocolate. Maybe he ate a lot of sugar things. Then maybe it was something. That is affirming negation. And for instance, Savantatika say, in the relatively at these appearances, in the relative point, yes, there are. But if you say that there are, but it is emptiness. And then it's like absolute negations directly. If you say it's like, oh, Tashidele has diabetic, then you automatically to understand the sickness. Or maybe it's like he ate too much or something. That means it's like Pasangika using this absolute negation means says, whatever you see, you investigate or not investigate. Itself is like kind of never arises, never ceased to be all. And you don't need to, yes, but don't need. Be more Pasangikas honest. Sventitikas not honest, you know. And just tricky, and if I'm saying this appearance is existence, yes, not. Why you say like this? If your point, your confusion point, yes, but if you more like investigate, it's not existence. Then it's like why you say indirect to say, direct to tell me, you know, and then the Savantatika say, maybe you will be afraid, and also difficult to fit into your mind. And like this. And then it's like, oh, yes. I am here. Oh, then yes. I'm come from. Oh, yes. I'm going there. Oh, yes. No source, no boarding place, no destination, only your fundamental nature. But in your ordinary point, you need to say, yes, you are right. I am existent. Oh, yes, you are existent. But they all the time they put but, you know. Or sometimes it's in Western, it's like very intelligent. You went to in the university to argue. When you are conversation, it's very difficult, okay? Often I say something. When I talk, they say, Rinpoche, yes, but. Don't say me yes, but. Say, yes, but. Because it's like you want to be challenged, argue, like they're all the time using the, like kind of the challenge. I mean, it's like if you give suggestions, and you say like, yes, but. Yeah, you make the suggestion that, but yes, but. This is like a Svantatika school, not Pasangika school. Pasangika schools, they immediately ask to, are you ordinary or you are a philosopher? If you are ordinary, then they say, your point, okay. My point, no. And if you are philosophist, you see immediately these appearances and emptiness, absolute negation. And then if you say, why not? Then they automatically put back to question how it is existing. Can you tell me? Then you any kind of make the statement completely destroyed. You cannot debate. That is the how do you say, it's like argumentation is like kind of the diamond splitter. Diamond splitter, do you know? Diamond splitter. Whatever you make the state, they can to cut through this. Then finally, you become angry. Whatever I said, you negate, and I cannot to say it. But I am truth. You are liars. You haven't got any proof to say existent things. You say existent things, nothing there. You more. It is a Pasangika's truth. You say no existent, and you mean this to mention at this, also you lose. Then is why it's coming these things. If you say it's nothing, okay, you don't need to eat, you don't need to sleep. You say, yeah, why? Because you are nothing. Then what? Don't need to holding one stream. This is the truth. If you holding, you follow the streams, you confused, you lost. You are not approached to the fundamental nature. And then it's like Pasangikas, I want to know about the view of the Buddha. I want to practice view of the Buddha. I want to realize the view of the Buddha. That I want. And then it's what? Oh, that is like this. Because the view of the Buddha means Buddha, he not created view, something exaggerated. He realized this great equanimity of the natural expanse. He meditated like through research, and finally he realized his own in the mind's fundamental nature, equanimity, great equanimity of the natural expanse. At that point, everything is equal. He was, wow, do I have this? And that is my nature of the mind inside. I'm a wake up. I realized that. And then it's in this perspective, echo of the samsara, echo of the all universal. And your perspective, and these perfect views you have inconceivable thoughts. That is the right thoughts. And that means is the compassion. This, if you understand, wonderful. You don't need to cry. You don't need to depress. You don't need to afraid, panic. You are afraid of this dualistic world. That is the point. That is like he cannot to stop. He thought, hey, it's like, can you listen to me? I discovered something in my mind. That is you also, you have your own. Don't need to be desperate. He was also a little bit beginning. This is showing, okay, someone says, but maybe he has some tendencies. But when he was young, he was lot of kind of the depressed, unhappy. Something is missing, say, his mind. He has a rich, handsome, beautiful wife, beautiful son, everything. But he said, I'm missing something in my mind. It's missing. Still, one day he listened to pop music, I don't know, country music. He's kind of the sad and something uncomfortable mind. He listened. He want to go near this. Of course, the singer is a beautiful lady. And his more close wife was jealous. Yashodhara coming to say, Lord, darling, what are you coming to do? I'm listening to this music. Don't need to listen. Forget it. Which sort of music? Suffering music. What do you mean, suffering? Our suffering is uncomfortable, pain, depressed. That is suffering. Darling, today I am suffering. Great, you say me. What do you mean suffering? Suffering is like this. Then he started to thinking about sufferings. And I have everything fantastic, but I have something missing. Therefore, he left from palace. And he realized that this fundamental nature, great equanimity of the natural expanse, he said, I'm a wake up, wakened mind. And I got this, I not got from God or deities externally, inner my mind. It's not necessarily you need to searching externally. He's searching to follow the many spiritualities. In India, 1,000 spiritualities. He never satisfied. Everybody is looking in the space, pray, and like kind of sacrifice, particularly some in sadhus, to make the 4 fires. Upstairs, there's sun is very hot. Then they burning. Fires is burning. They are meditating like this. That is purified. To sacrifice to the Namo Shiva. Oh, sorry. And it's really like this. But he did some like hardship, but difficult. And then he went to truth his own way, look at his mind. And he discovered its truth in our worldly. You to be honestly, not necessarily fall in love Buddhist, not necessarily fall in love to your own religious culture, everything. In this world, we really to honestly to check very much Gautama, Siddhartha's speech, teaching is honest, direct, and also it's like kind of the maybe point of view, but in the clarity, in the like kind of the speech way and the conduct way, it's a peace, tolerant, benefit to everybody's. Even if someone is practice Buddha Dharma, it should to be kind. How much is kind of in the families? If someone practice, I don't know, I say too much, but it's in my mandalas, I need to check. Maybe the head of the mandalas may be strange. I don't know how much they changed. I need to check. Really, someone follow seriously to study Buddha's teachings. They externally become very kind, like a kind of the open and very much suitable to inconceivables. They become more arrogant, more kind of the strange. I don't know. And also innerly, it's Buddha's teachings you need to control. You need to kind of to recognize the nature of, fundamental nature of the disturbing emotions. You each moment, you control the disturbing emotions. Jealousy, challenge, anger, desire, attachment. You're making peace. And yourself completely changing. If not changing, I'm not sure 100 years to practice Buddha Dharma, nothing changed, absolutely useless. Just tiring. I don't want to follow. It's a little bit to change it, and I think yes, now. Many lamas taught to me, when they are like kind of the teachings, there's some student change, say thank you. My speech works. Buddha's teachings going to your heart. Now it's look, gentle, compassionate, open, very much. And that is the necessary. Therefore, he discovered his own, we call the awakened mind. That is our fundamental. Maybe it's too much, as I'm going to. This, like Pasangika, is direct, okay, not tricky. It's Svantatikas a little bit. Svantatikas is like kind of a firm negation, and Pasangikas is like absolute negation. Then is Jumi Tunj Rombabla, Tesame Pinyon Char, then a Chukan Chunyate, non Romam Tondam Pass, that dead. Jumi Tunj Rombabla, said the Dicapsula Rombab sage, the Tiktek Onki, Omatawa Nyamlank, Kola, Drolemato, Genti Onki, Kesha Hepate, Mayan Patik. Tata Tandizo Kong, the chick Tandizo, the Choshopa, Nam Jung Honsoni, Son du Tanala, Taniji Nam the Kunzuk Tatsiananda, Tsemayananda, Dondam Tsemayananda, Tosok, Shesam Kutana, Pap Tan is on the Tanala, Chu Tamjik, Yumung, Drondu Jenny. That is the Chuni Yambanyuk, turn Tela, pound that thing on Yamba Yon Dugres, Yumelaso, Kill and Tamji. Darson, your parliament, your cholamantu, your don your cheniga, nimit and reasons, mason, you meet your own thing yana, Judayan, tere, Kadoyum, tere, Oma Chimboyum, tere, Shaja Chimboyum, tere, Gamyalang told Yogurt, that tera, tella tesam mep nyamyon chargover, tesam yogri, tesam luyo, tesam gudrondote, rete yanayon. Laman said then, Lomachir is no danger to tuna, Gechi Temata, Tesam Membrandosuna, Jeshi. Tesam said that Tesam la Tesam Matani, Tesam Kumuotina, Della Chunyam Banyuk. Yontanto, Teyona, Tesam, there is the lamp and journal. Tesam Mep Nyam Char. Then a chukan, then a chukan, the chuni, there is that Chunya long the Jarvatamchi, Yehi long the jig. Chu Tamchi saying to Chu Kanji Chunya Terry, says Tela. That Tela Cherry to the Mason just Mepati, Naland, Chenabinati, Irachigo. Chu Kanji Chunya, says Chanchido. Cherezido, Ndela, Nutra Cheshu Tigulid, Mahola, Nutra Cheshu Canderizena. Chu Kanji Chunya saying, Lachimbo, no do Chimbo Josur. Lachimbo. Gary research in Katsondan Gary Kandishis. The Shaja talk Natsu Cherido stand the Shroka in Kachibudo, Kola Minchi, Yolet, the Kosa Dinamatan. Nam she said, your Mari, Tinola Zit, Tizite, Chimbo, Chahichi, and Sales. Tino Yanda Chik, Chu Tom Chik, Chunik Chahichi, which are Yolet. The Chunik Chahite, Chuk long the Thunder Side Tanala. Tacho didn't into this. Did the doctors who doors in and Chu Gunji Chunik alone. So true the Chunik alone is in true. And it Chu Gunji Chunik said, Choron Rog Chunik said, Chunik said, Chunik the Gandiole. That they Chunik the Contrary to Chunik Yambanyate. Nandromayan Putonda Miandon Yerite, here is the Nandromayan Putonda Yoshik Tsemate, then Tanger Tamu Mayang dancing, Tamang dancing. Then there was the Chunin Yambanyak, Chu Kanju Chunin Yambanyak, Nandromayan Putondam Tenya, soso rong riha mato jisak tera su yamdo yanre rong riha rong nyongha chi rong tokha rong tur sej de tere mato teolma te nyawya martok yeh de nyamja matok yeh seri nyamba yim matok nyamja yeh te ngun zan sandanda te satombu satombu demba ngas charonja tendra uchila nyamja number matok yeh te se te kinlen kandong tarba nyamja number matok yeh te ngoni kamba na tondon tenjon sonju pa deni irmi nilu tönte ama chembu nanjo te yare so ta tönte sanji yongyor ton ta te sanji yongyor ngama yongyor de kapsala gam yonglang to yani jeri judo su jeri judo tela sang yong hyo gajete hyoyor ngama danda te ta yonglang to la kor yona tere darba nyime yeshin sejubo ta ti ndayan tego jeri judo darba ni sejudo zonzon yin dong darba jina yo choti yer ye chen yin dong darba yin yo choti dame yin dong darba yin yo choti ti yeshin nyerba nyat ngomba hegres ndona ho je mengo yo gam se de tatana tenis ho je mengo yo gams. Okay, we just to say is like the as O is not said there is. And before I say this, many things. This is just like this. And Jumi turn to romba blas. That next sentences. Jumi turn to romba blas. And this is art within this inexpressible state of the true and natural rest. Here is I want to knocking down the sentences. Inexpressible. This is the unexpressible. There's never you accepted any extremes. That is the view of Madhyamikas. In this unexpressible state means you are not kind of the concerning perceived things. Not perceive is perceiving, and unification of the relative and the absolute. And unification is, there is the state in your mind, there is unexpressible. Clarity, it's you meditate on there, but your 5 faculty equal works, functionality is normal. And also 5 faculties perceived the 5 object desirable works. Everything's functionalities is like kind of understand everything's, to see everything's, but you holding on duality of the primordial wisdom. Do you understand that? You holding non-duality of the primordial wisdoms. There's no duality, not duality. And but you see, you hear everything. Someone says, I meditate in the unexpressible state. Oh, I can't see. I can't hear you. And all his 5 faculties is closed. You know? I think that is maybe something sickness. It's not meditation. There's something wrong. You need to go to see the doctor or drink coffee quickly. You know it. Really, you are great meditators like this. But your mind is nothing falling on, chasing, transforming. What you see, to keep the art, it is. And that is like kind of, someone's talking to you, you can to listen, you can give an answer, and you can to drive, you can to work in the office, whatever you do, you are, looks like a normal activity, but in the mind you're holding no duality of the primordial wisdom. There is no duality. That is the expressible state. That is the true and natural rest. Here is the rest, means rest. There is to establish is self. Self-centered. Do you know self-centered? Or in Tibet, rumpap, self-centered. And then in experience dawn, that is the free from the slat treasure of the doubt. You know, doubt is horrible. Doubt is all the times. First you, maybe that's good, but I'm not sure. That is the demon. Cut it your meditations. Oh, maybe that is nice teacher. Ugly. Doubt. And listen to this. There is a doubt is we are the singing in the huge, beautiful swimming pool of water or doubt water. All the times. And this doubt is you need to take out, get rid. Here is said, when you are rest and the natural rest, that times you should to have experience done that is the free from the doubts. Salat such trust of the doubt. When you have doubt, maybe it's existent, maybe it's not existent, maybe like perceived, maybe perceived. There is something doubt, then you cannot rest in the natural state. And then this is the actually nature of the all things. That is like a kind of the noise things. I don't want, here is, you can do more talk, more conversation. And in these sentences, this is the actually nature of the all things. I want to talk more, only these sentences, but I don't want to now. Because you are not listening to me very well and didn't study very well. If I'm talk, it's become useless. Oh, that's not true. Oh, gosh. You know, I heard someone sound. Can you listen? That means it's listen? Can you hear? Huh? Benediction. What is the benediction? Qu'est-ce que c'est benediction? Maybe natural bombs benediction. Too much benediction and then I think it's really the Lopans, Lamas, they receive big benediction. I receive from that. Okay. I want to more talk natural nature of the all things. This is the ultimate that cannot be conceptualization. And this is not kind of the absolute truth, which is the categorized. This is the uncategorized absolute truth. This truth is the truth, the kind of the view of the Madhyamikas and the Pasangikas. This kind of experience, or like kind of that, can only be known individually, primordial wisdom, individually, your wisdoms. That is absolute truth. And you need to, your wisdoms to experience this like the fundamental nature. And then no conceptual wisdom of the meditative equipoise. Meditative equipoise. Here is the very, very important things. Wisdom of the meditative equipoise. the wisdom of the meditative equipoise, that means it's like there is anything conceptual is no existence. Therefore, we call the non-conceptual. There's nothing kind of the existence of the conceptual, like kind of the imputation or the conceptual imposed things. That is like we call the non-conceptualizations here. Therefore, we call the wisdom of the meditative equipoise, echo of the positive, negative, echo of the negation or the affirmis. And this state is state of the natural great equanimities. This is like kind of the equipoise. That means equipoise. Once you become familiar with this state, and in the which is emptiness and dependent arise are on inseparable unities. If you maintain on that state, which is the wisdom of the meditative equipoise, free of the conceptual idea, non-conceptual state, and that time you can to see the unification of the interdependence and the emptiness. But take care. I am meditating the unification of the emptiness and dependency, origination, but maybe it's a conceptual. Still you have doubt. You saying that, but inside your experience, individual experience, still not. You need to rely on the teacher. You should to study more deeply. It is a benefit for you. If you eat chocolate, not much benefit. Dangerous. If you eat, study this once, 100% you have such, you doing. For example, first Patrul Rinpoche says, if you love yourself, if you take care of yourself, then you need to do that. Only to externally to something, someone say that this may be truth to swallow, then you become very, very stupid. You need to clarify your doubt, inner your like kind of the wisdoms. And also it's like kind of the most philosophers come from the India. Particularly is Siddharthas. And any others, Brahmas, they are very, very deep. And particularly Jamesms. You know Jamesm? Jamesm, have you seen? Jamesm, ism, Jamesm, traditions. Jainism or Jainism, naked. Those philosophies inconceivable, like almost same as the Siddhartha Buddha's teaching. And there are also similarity is the Buddhist. They like inner, they only own kind of the looking the mind, externally is extraordinary compassions, because even they not wearing shoes, because they say maybe if I'm wearing shoes too disturbing other sentient be killing. They're going very slow. They're like kind of carrying some, a fan that there is make a sound, because like when they're going and they're using these for animals. Very much nice. Anyway, and this is like a kind of the, you should realize that. And truth cannot be separated. The ultimate condition in the which is the true truth cannot be separated. Relative truth, absolute truth is united. United, very much political word. United. United is primordial. There is no separation. What you need united. It's go beyond this unite, say united. And in the relative truth, absolute truth, Pasangika say, why you need to separate these ones? Relative truth is the absolute truth. Absolute truth is relative truth. You never, ever, whatsoever, ever, never, ever separate. And because that is your fundamental nature, cannot be separate. That is the yoga of the great middle way. That is you are. If you want to practice, continue, the Pasangika's view, best view. And you need to know, like a kind of, says, repeat again, 8 noble paths you should to learn through the Mr. Google or Mr. YouTube, or really some from Mr. or ladies. You know, they're alive. Some great woman or man, someone knows very, very well about 8 noble paths. To study. You know Buddha himself, how much he go under the hardships in order to receive 1 sentences of the Dharma teachings. If you think like this, we are nothing to put effort. Very nice, drink coffee. Mind is running around, thinking about the guitars, momos, and chocolate. Then how we can be enlightenment? And every little bit, like when we go to to practice, cold, not good. Not comfortable. What do you need? I need a nice bed. It's like, I need to take care of my health. My kind of not good coffee. I don't want to go to there to practice Dhamma. You need to drink nice coffee. Yeah, delicious coffee. Then my meditations become more nice. And awakes it in French, with the nice chocolate. Otherwise, a little bit condition is coming. Don't talk. They don't. I never talk. I want to go. This is like 20th century. Then this is the great yogi of the middle way. Those who wish to realize this sweetly and make the evident non-dual primordial wisdom. And these ones, non-dualities, non-dual adjective. Wisdom, primordial wisdom. Primordial wisdom is your own fundamental nature. And this, when you using adjective, non-duality, non-dualism. When we say, that woman, beautiful. That's a man, handsome. We're using this kind of adjective, ornament. Your fundamental nature is a primordial wisdom. Which kind of non-duality, non-dualism. There's nothing kind of conceptualities, like non-conceptual. And that is your prime. You need to maintain right now. Now, we are living in these confusions. Actually, this confusion is wonderful. This is very strange. We're talking about the samsara. Nice, this also. If you haven't got this one, and there's two things problems. How you can to experience the ultimate happiness? You cannot. Second is your fundamental nature is like fixated. Then is the fundamental nature only produce good, nothing. That is the dualistic passion. No, it is the universal grounds. And it's coming to these things, nice. We see this, we can to go to the more positive way. No negative, no positive, no negative, no positive. If one is missing, then the fundamental, absolutely fixated is wrong. And therefore, your really is like kind of the primordial wisdom is free from the duality. No Jews, no Jews. That is beyond that domain of the ordinary mind. I don't know. Oh, that is sentence is wrong. You need to go to. Oh no, come on. Come on, sir. Beyond the domain of the ordinary mind, sir. That is the, oh yes. Yes, this is beyond that domain of the ordinary mind. Is the 20th century says, realize this sweetly, yes? Beyond the domain of the ordinary mind. It's like kind of the English translators. I would to say, and that is the yoga of the great middle ways, which is the ultimate condition in which is the true truths cannot be separated. That is the yoga of the great middle way. When you are maintained on that state, then you are the great middle way meditators. That meaning, it is like kind of the like kind of domain of the ordinary mind. Send to show you. And make the evident non-dual primordial wisdoms. And this kind of state, which is the non-dual primordial wisdom, is sweet to realize it, is sweetly. It's quickly. Right now, you need to realize it. Should meditate on the path instruction of the secret mantra yanasi. And that is like secret the mantra yanasi. In this point, and in the Sutta view, top Pasangika's view, is middle way's view, and secret mantra yana's view is absolutely not different. It's the same. But there is some different. Because it's like in the middle way, Madhyamikas, Pasangika's viewpoint, and in the relative perspective, there is like kind of only the valid cognition of the impure conventional. Valid cognizer of the conventional truth. Correct my English? Valid cognition or valid cognizer. Okay. Gunzut tsima. Dundam tsima. Yeah.
But is cognition analyzing the relative? How is cognition analyzing the absolute?
No. The reasoning of investigate conventional. Yes. No reasoning. Valid cognize is reason. No? Okay. Then it's okay, go back. Sutta, you establish view of the top of view of the sutta, Pasangika's view of the Madhyamikas. That view in the Mantrayana and Mahamuda's view is what different. The essence perspective, it is maybe same, but you through this that you can to introduce to the Mantrayana, Sikud Mantrayana and Mahamuda's view, very easy. This person too easily to see. And also we are talking about the relative valid cognition, absolute the valid cognitions. Absolute cognition, point of view of the Pasangikas. There is categorization, absolute valid cognition, uncategorization of the cognizers. Okay? That is correct. Then in the relative, the analyze valid cognition is there's impurity, you can say. The like kind of the investigation of the analysis or the valid cognitions or the purity of the valid cognition of the conventionals. That is then in the relative point, completely different sutta and tantra. Sikud Mantrayanas and the Suttayana, completely like earth and sky, completely different. And if you want, he said, should meditate on the fifth instruction of the Sikud. There is, if you don't know, Andanar Dutta Yun Dutna Ari, Dunduretu. Injigno Temdua Dutna.
It is on the page 14, line 3, third line.
Hmm?
On the third line. Foolish.
Huh?
Page 13, on the previous page, those who wish.
Those who wish to realize this sweetly. This is like kind of chant, you know. Okay, yeah. And should meditate on the, if you wish, you know, to make the realize this sweetly, or meditate on the fifth instruction of the Sikud Mantrayanas. And this is the ultimate, profound, and crucial point of the progressive meditation on the middle way. This is the ultimate, profound, and crucial point, and like kind of ultimate sanin tatupa. And this, if you are like kind of the minders to training on it, meditate on it again and again and again, then it's like that is you are the great meditator of the middle way view. Then is so begin by thoroughly refining your conduct. Excuse me. Why you say conduct? No, but it's generally in this very environmentally, what you need to talking about the conduct. Conduct. Ah? Okay, love. And there's a conduct is, I think it's a little bit, yeah, okay. But it's like, because it's like maybe Mari, shopar ka ko kina chit sam chi che yol mara. Pena nda ke kriya ala. Yinjik sang shopa chole di. Pena sang tola. Sang njoala shopa segari. Yo. Tate Mari todo yunde niga che todo wo ta macha mishiko. Ta sang tere de tsasam chomugon tang phabdi tego sang shopa rela. Rela. Tate tari set che da macha. Damba marisi kawandu te da chapta na manjuru. Ta yasangala. Oh yeah. And I have like kind of what I may say. Okay, I have question for you. You are English speakers. Normally you say your conduct is applied to the body or mind? Both. Huh? Only body? Okay, both. How many hands? Okay, body. Or fuse body. Okay. Because it's like, I am saying it's like, now it's like more we are talking about mentally. Like how it is the mind is like exercise, how to establish these phenomena, how to really to be in the state of the non-duality, non-dual primordial wisdoms. And of course, there are the movement. That is you call the mind conduct. I'm more curious. You call the mind conduct? Tell me. Mind conduct? Your own language. In French?
It's not like this, so how to express the answer?
What?
It's not like this.
In Russian?
It's possible to say, and it will be understandable.
Mind conduct.
Yeah, it's possible.
How do you say? Which conduct? When you are thinking and like this and that, that is mind conduct?
Yeah, for example, if you're thinking something, I can ask, подумай о своем поведении, but it means think about your conduct, but it was asking about think about what you think, for example, how you behave, like with body and with the mind, it's the same.
Maybe you can use a microphone if there is a large chunks of information. Hear what you say.
But if not, so what words to use if not like this?
Okay? Conductor of the mind, conductor of the body, and also the conductor of the speech, yes? Okay, not to say the why not. If you say why not, everything's why not. Huh? It's I never ever heard in English says the conductor of your mind. Yes? Spain you have.
Conduct applies outwardly. It's behavior. So it cannot apply to the state of mind or the thoughts.
But I'm saying the conduct. This word is conduct is really physical conduct. And physical conduct. And this is expresses come from, of course, the mind, but mind conduct. Mind conduct, okay, I make joke, is existence. Okay, but it's in my mind it's difficult to depict that, you know. And here is like this, the beyond by the thoroughly, it's like refining your conduct. That means it's like kind of the through the mind conduct, mind conduct, and to really to understand non-jewel of the primordial, you know, non-jewel of the primordial wisdoms. And that is like, and also, and then arrive at the certainty experientially and on the stage. And step by step, immediately it is maybe if you are practice Mahamudra or like kind of the secret mantra, sit there. Not, you need to a little bit, you know, step by step. If you need to go top of this house, better to use ladder. If you jump to there, maybe crash it in the middle of the wall. Maybe you are like kind of skillful, you can land in the top of the house, but without dangers, use ladder, okay? Therefore, step by step, here is like kind of, and then it's arrive at the stun and the stage. Okay, now we can we are tomorrow morning we have, yes? Okay, we can do that to stop there. Someone has questions. It's time, but we can do a little bit talk. Who has question? What? Obrigado. Okay, middle way, that's good.
Middle way seeker is a person who wants to unite the verse and the inverse, the true and the true, the emptiness and the united, like Shakespeare said.
I think maybe not to listen to others. Maybe you can listen. You can to analyze. Okay? Yes, absolutely. Okay, other questions? Yeah. Thank you, your question. Nice.
If I understood well, if we say that the view of the Sutra is the Madhyamika, Prasangika, which is the highest.
Yes.
It is said there's no difference between conventional and absolute.
Which?
There's no difference between, they don't make any distinction between absolute and conventional. Is that right?
Conventional.
Yeah.
Pasangika's view is absolute and conventional. Doesn't make difference.
They don't make difference.
Yes.
Then, when we compare that to the Tantrayana, when you compare that with the Tantrayana, Mantrayana,
Yes.
you said
Yes.
there's a huge difference.
Yes.
At the absolute level,
Yes.
there's no difference in the view of Sutrayana and Tantrayana.
Yes.
But
In the relatively different.
at the relative level, it's like heaven
Yes.
and hell.
Yes.
How can it be? As this Sutrayana, they don't make any difference between absolute and conventional.
Different. Completely different. That you know. There's three things different. Okay? Clarity, complete, okay? And also to more detail. These three things I choose to mention to right now, you need searching. These three state point, completely different. My brother, Papa, you studied all the time I meditated Dzogchen, but that's the point.
Then that's my second question.
Yes.
From analysis in this way of the text, we get this point where we are in natural ease, when, grandpa said, and that is it the same state that we get when we recognize the view we have been introduced to by a Nati Yoga teacher? Is it the same state that we arrive from the Pravalika through analysis and from Dzogchen to the direct introduction? Do we reach to the same point there?
Yes, it's like kind of the completely free from the elaborations point of view is the same, but there are some things not different, not same.
Which?
That is secret. That's I'm telling to you. You should to study them. Sometimes, I received the Dzogchen like this. What? Because it's non-dual. It's how it is non-duality. How it is the point of view of the Dzogchens, relative and absolute. You need to more to study in the teachers to say that the only this you meditate on like this, the Pasangika's view. Therefore, it's like a Mahamudra and great perfections more higher than that. Okay, other questions? But it's very good questions.
I appreciate. You said something about direct valid cognition or direct valid cognizer, and sorry that I didn't get it.
Okay, valid cognizer means it's like this in the present, what we see in things. Like valid, direct valid cognition, it's like kind of to say it's like this. It's for example, if you see things are like this. Valid, like kind of it's a reality. And the relative reality is like this. And you using this in this point through the investigate, analyze, and then it's like valid cognitions. You use more to understand the relative realities. Huh?
Is a direct valid cognition the way to approach the absolute truth?
Oh, yes. Valid cognition is like kind of the reasoning, logical, and analysis. Then is you do this word, you approach to the absolute truth. Okay, other questions? Yes, here.
Rinpoche, when we go home and then we do our work, we stand up in the morning, coffee. How do we exercise this view in daily life? How do we exercise?
But we are talking now. As I said to you, you are maintaining non-jewel of the primordial wisdom, but you work normal. You go to office, you working, talking with patients, everything's. That is.
But if I have no experience one day,
That means you need to practice more.
I only intellectually understand.
Yes, intellectually this happened.
Then I drink coffee, so coffee.
That you need to more make to practice, not only once or 2 times. I meditated 1 month, this is enough, nothing. Until you reach that, we need to. Okay, Rado.
I have a question about reincarnation, and I see in Mr. Google some explanation I would like to clarify. Please say. The question is, how the Buddhists reincarnate without soul, and where is this reincarnate stream of consciousness which is influenced by karma?
This is your. And the reincarnation, but there is no soul, yes? That's your Mr. Google say. Huh? Okay, yes?
Yes.
Okay. That is the Christianity or the this influence. If they don't accept the consciousness, they only say the soul. Soul is the part of the God. Consciousness is normal, like kind of cognizers. And after reincarnation, how is need to Christianity's point of view, when we died, what is left, which is the survived, is only survived the soul. This soul is after we died, we go up, we go down. They're true destinations, yes? That is the maybe is like after that. Then if you haven't got the soul, how make the reincarnation? There's doubt. But in the Buddhist point of view, you're not talking about soul, consciousness, different perspective. Consciousness is not the kind of part of the God. Consciousness is your own individual mind. When you are died, it's completely, you survive the consciousness, as need to go through that, which kind of your destination totally depends on your habitual tendencies. And you go to hell or you go to heaven, it totally depends on your tendencies. And the Christianities, it depends the God. You make happy God, going to heaven, not you going to hell, yes? That's forever. In the Buddhist point of view, it's like your tendencies change. There are many. Maybe it's now we have the human realm, these tendencies. Next, which kind of the consciousness is reincarnate again and again. That's no problem, okay, like this. And then what do you say?
The next question was with sadhana and my daily practice. If I do sadhana, sometimes happen during mantra recitation, let's say meditation, I fall in out from this?
During the meditation, do you have wife? Do you have wife?
At home, not.
But doesn't matter. Okay? During the meditations, the Rado, during the meditation like this, and to think, there's my wife, can she provoke me? Wake up you. Okay, like this. Maybe it's you need to a little bit raising up yourself. Sometimes they say you get up to go and maybe look at the sky like this, okay? Too much focus like this. Particularly you close the eyes in the front, is like this to meditation's not good. Maybe a little bit to state, look at the space and raising up. Okay? Yeah, and yes.
Rinpoche, last Shira, we was talking about deviation, error,
Deviation.
and stray. Yes.
What deviation?
Like when, for example, if we perceive something like illusory, of these 8 illusory examples, it means deviation of real meaning of natural state. Last shed, it was Jigme Rinpoche's line rule.
But then why you are put question now?
I would like to ask, because here in the text there is mention about this.
Which sentences? Which one?
Appearing yet unreal like an illusion, dream, reflected moon, echo, city, and the clouds, hallucination, mirage.
Yes, that is in the relative things like this.
I would like to ask, also with Roger's question. For example, myself, I'm with my coffee, I'm just drinking my coffee, and if then, like absolutely forgetting about something, like about nature.
Man, that.
So if I just remind myself, it's like hallucination.
But this is nothing enough. The training. Of course, if you are trained.
Is it a good idea to use this like to pivot point?
What is point?
Pivot, like starting point. For example, my day is completely delusional. I'm working, I'm drinking coffee, I'm chatting, and
Yes.
suddenly if I realize, oh, it looks like illusion, is it a good moment to remind yourself?
If you train it very well, do you have girlfriend?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't know, when you have this, you don't need to think about automatically, yes?
Yes.
Okay, even you are tapping, you're thinking her. Maybe it's doing something, you have these ideas. Whatever you do, you have this kind of, maybe your parent, your brother, who is you love, this automatically coming. When you are turned, you don't need to say how I can to maintain. But now it's like our turning process is nothing enough. You need to remind ourselves, oh, now you should to think. And then it's a little bit, go away, a little bit, forgot it. That is nothing of the turning process. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So now the tamche jupani tani padam. Ye ganan jiwalan trupaya saban solen drokan drova shon cha semen choy Shonju semchu rinpoche machi bana yeja Shiba nyamba mipa ton kone konda perwa sho Shonju semchu rinpoche machi Shiba nyamba mipa ton kone konda perwa sho Kongri rarvi korva shinkam se pendon dewa malu jongwen Keren zewa tenza janzo ya shape sante bada tenjur chi Pardan lami kuse tenba ton kanyon yon la Jowa ton da yen malu tsosa de yani nyarda sanje sala gopa sho Kiva kanda yonda lama ton dharmi chuje pala long yu Sadon lam je yang ten razo ni O karma raja marme ton yama sarva chevur ton mala Om benza satu samaya